Hey guys, what's up? I was recently tagged in a video by NES Addict Jay to list all the games or show all the games in the NES library that we've beaten. So we're gonna start that. And first of all, before I start though, I wanted to write thanks to Jay for tagging me in this because this is gonna be really fun. I like doing this little stuff. It's actually the first time I've ever been tagged in something, and I don't feel worthy. I don't feel worthy at all by a guy with like 600 subscribers and well known is tagging little old me who throws up these videos with low quality and like 36 subs. So I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate you, Jay. I appreciate everybody that's including me in your, I would say, these little games, these little tagging games you guys play and stuff. This is super fun. I'm super glad to be doing this, and I just feel very unworthy. So we're gonna start the list. Have it at a little different angle today because I don't want you to see where my NES games were to kind of give away what I got going on here. So I'm not putting these in alphabetical order because I just don't want to. I want it to be more of a surprise. And obviously, if I don't have the game, I've never beaten it. And a lot of games which I'll go over, if I haven't beaten it, sometimes it's because I may not like it, so I don't really try to beat it. So here we go. I'll start out right now. So far, which I recently beat for the first time, I beat Karate Kid, and this one I beat, I think, like the first time I played it. But one advantage is I'd seen like AVGN play it and some other people play it. And that's the thing with me. When I see somebody beat something or I see how to do things, it's pretty simple at that point. So, Karate Kid, that's number one. Number two, I beat this in Kansas City when I was traveling. I had a lot of time on my hands when on my days off. I was not near my family, so I beat Star Tropics. I have not beaten Star Tropics 2 because I haven't played it yet. So I just, you gotta be in the mood, kind of like Zelda. You gotta be in the mood to play something like this because there's a lot of thinking. It's a puzzle game, pretty much. Mickey Mouse Capade. I beat this within the year. Pretty short game. Don't really like it very much. Shatterhand. This game is underrated. I'm probably gonna end up recording this at some point. This is a pretty sweet game. Yeah, I definitely have to play that. I won't go into like reviewing it or anything. One of my favorite games on the NES, and you're gonna be surprised probably. Alien Syndrome. This game is freaking awesome. I love this game, and I'm trying to beat it on the arcade because there was an arcade version, and it's super hard because there's no continues or anything. So that's something I'm trying to do. Back to the Future. I actually like this game. I think it's pretty good except for the music. It's known as one of the worst games, but I don't think so. I have not beaten Back to the Future 2 or 3 because I don't have it, and I don't think I want it. So I'm putting some games on here that probably seem kind of goofy, but I'll explain myself. Tecmo Bowl, because I ran through a season on it and I've won the championship. So that'd be why it's on here. So I'd count that as beating it. Life Force. Life Force is one of my favorite games. I actually did a recording on this, so if you want to watch me beat this, it's in one of my other videos. Bad Dudes. I just recently beat this within the year. Couldn't believe I did it, but it's a pretty sweet game actually once you get the mechanics down. Punch Out. And I'm putting down this one specifically because this is the first one I've ever beaten. This is the Mr. Dream one. It's exactly the same, but it has Mr. Dream instead of Mike Tyson at the end. So yep, that was one of the first games I ever beat as a kid. Wizards and Warriors. I ran through this once when I was a little kid. Pretty easy game. I have not beaten the second one because I have it. I just have not played it yet. I'm putting this one on the list. Probably doesn't count, but like I said, it's kind of a weird thing too. Double Dare, because I've beaten the game at the end, and I've obviously won the game show, and then I got all the prizes. So I can beat the obstacle course at the end. which is kind of sought out to be hard because the controls are really stupid. The Birthday Blowout Bugs Bunny game. Beat this. This is a weirdly, as I remember, this is a pretty long game, but it's really, really easy. RoboCop. I just did a recording on this not too long ago. RoboCop was pretty sweet. I have not beaten RoboCop 2 because it really sucks. If you want to see that, AVGN just did a video on that. It really sucks. And 3 I don't have. Monsters in My Pocket. This is a pretty sweet game, actually. I always pick the Frankenstein. I'm going to probably do a recording on this at some point just because I really like it. You know, I might have already. No, I didn't. I didn't do one on this yet. One of my favorite freaking games. Gunsmoke. Freaking sweet game. And I'm not sure if... Did I record this? I think I did. Not 100% sure. But I'm trying to beat that on my arcade machine as well. And you want to talk about a freaking hard game? Oh my god. Very recently I just beat this and I want to put up a full recording of it. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. And now that I've beaten it, I beat it the way at the end that's apparently the not as good ending. But to me, I think it was a lot harder. Because I seen Mike Matei beat it the good way with Hyde. And it looks pretty freaking easy that way. Because I'm very, very good as Hyde. Dr. Jekyll was the hard part. Jumping over those damn barrels. Paperboy. I put this one on the list because I've gotten through a full week on hard. I would say that's beating it. So, put Paperboy on there. So disregard any of these if you don't agree with them. I'm just doing it just in case. Yonoid. I want to do a recording on this at some point. This is actually a really cool game. This is the old Dominoes guy, which I think is super cool. Like, they don't do stuff like that anymore. They did do it with the Burger King guy. They came out with games for the Burger King guy, and I thought that was freaking sweet. Recently, I just beat this on a recording, Toki. Toki's a freaking awesome game. I still got to beat the one on the Genesis, though. But yeah, Toki's awesome. I beat this game a long time ago, Superman. It's not a very good game, but I thought it was okay at the time. I think it's kind of exaggerated how bad it is, but when you're Superman, it is kind of dumb because it should be a lot better. I put this on there, another sports game, Kings of the Beach, because I've won the whole tournament before. This is a game me and my brothers used to play, and my brother, I don't have brothers, and we played this, and it was freaking awesome. It's a really cool two-player game. A lot of people talk about that Super Spike volleyball game. I've seen that. I don't have it, I don't think. But I've seen it being played, and I actually like Kings of the Beach better. I think it's a lot better. Abadox. Abadox is a sweet game. It's a shooter. Where you're flying on the inside of a alien. You're like going through the insides of his body the whole game. Until you destroy him at the end. I forget what the end boss is. I'm sure it's a brain or something, or heart. Stinger, I just recently beat this, where you save that Dr. Wily looking dude at the end. This is a pretty easy game. This is one of the goofiest games I've ever played, where you're literally killing like flying TVs and flying frisbees and things like that. I was cracking up playing this game. I'm probably going to do a recording on that at some point. Here's a game I've beaten all the way through twice to get the best ending. Ghosts and Goblins. I beat this in Kansas City when I was traveling. And I died, yes, a million times. At the same time, you have unlimited continues. I put this on here. This is kind of goofy. I put Balloon Fight on there. Because in the mode where you're flying through on your balloon and you just got to get all the stuff and it's never ending, I've gotten all the way to rank first. And then on the other mode, on the classic mode, I can't wait for this to come out on the Switch, by the way, because they're going to have leaderboards for the world, and I can't wait because I'm going for number 1. But I beat the regular mode because I maxed out the high score, 9999999. So I would say that's beating it. But if it's not, just don't count it. Darkwing Duck. I was a huge fan of this cartoon as a kid, and this game is a Mega Man pretty much. It's just like Mega Man, except it's, you know, Disney characters, and it's freaking awesome. This is another really underrated shooter. Legendary Wings. I've beaten this. Pretty easy game. I think this might have been one of the games, too. No joke, I think I beat this the first time I ever played it. It's pretty easy. This game is one of the games that I just recently asked Jay, could you beat it? What games could you not sure if you could beat them again? And this is mine. This is mine that I think I would struggle if I tried to beat it again. I think I could, but it would be really hard, and it's Blaster Master. Blaster Master's freaking hard at the end because you don't have unlimited continues, and the game takes a long freaking time to beat. I remember beating this guy, thinking that was the last boss, and dropping my controller and raising my hands up to almost get killed because a boss comes out. This game I just recently beat on recording, Cabal. Cabal is pretty sweet. Just a little shooter, arcade type shooter. This game has one of the funniest last bosses I was cracking up at when I beat it, and I have to do a recording at some point. POW. Because he's just sitting there doing like flips, and he's like this commando guy. And it's really stupid. Alright, Flintstones 1. I don't have Flintstones Dinosaur Peak. I refuse to play an emulated version, so I have not beaten number 2. This took me a while though. It has unlimited continues, but it really amps up at the end. I want to say it's like a Jetsons level at the end. It's freaking hard. This game is for you, Michael B, if you happen to watch my videos. I've beaten Amagon, and I will be putting this on a video. I figured out kind of a good strategy for Amagon when I was playing it, and pretty much you're the big guy at all times, and that's what you need to do. This is the other Punch-Out game. I won't get into that. It just has Mike Tyson. I've obviously beaten that too. This is a game that's pretty cool and I want to record. Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible I feel like is like an underrated game. I like it a lot. You play as these 3 dudes and they have different powers. You just got to figure out how to get through the levels and stuff like that. It's freaking awesome. This game had one of the craziest endings I've ever seen because I thought it ended super negative and I couldn't believe it for a Nintendo game. Monster Party. When I got to the end, I was like, holy crap, I couldn't believe what happened. So if you ever beat that, that'll give you a reason to. There's another goofy one on the list. World Cup. I've gotten through the tournament and won the championship, so I put it on there. Guerrilla War. Me and my brother used to run through this all the time. You have unlimited continues. It's an arcade-style game. You just run through it to have fun. It's pretty easy. Anybody can beat that. Tailspin. I think I did a recording on this. I actually really liked this game. When they came out that Disney afternoon game or whatever, they were talking crap about this one. I don't know why. It's really, really good. Gremlins 2. This is a badass game. I like it a lot. And I will probably be doing a recording of it. This is Billy's favorite game, I think, from Game Chasers. Just recently beat this, ran through it. I beat Joker the first time. I didn't beat both of them the first time. I just beat Joker the first time. I beat the first boss, died, and then I went back to Joker and faced him one-on-one and killed him. So what I'm saying is, I died when I got to the boss the first time, but then I killed the first guy, and then went to Joker and killed him also. I whooped Joker's ass. Gradius. I beat that within the year. Pretty good game. It's a lot like Life Force, but it's not as good. Not as good as Life Force. You keep on facing the same boss over and over and over again, and it gets kind of boring. Russian Attack. This is a really cool game, arcade style, and I beat it in Kansas City. Ran through that. Pretty sweet game though. Just recently beat this on a recording, Friday the 13th. And I think I'm gonna do a challenge to myself coming up where I only use the rock. I'm going to get through the whole game only using a rock. And I think I have a strategy to do that. Commando. I beat Commando. You got to get through the game like 4 times or something like that. You keep getting through the 4 or 5 levels and then you actually beat it. So if you guys have ever beaten, or thought you beat this game and you got through like the 4 or 5 levels the first time, that's not the end. You got to keep going. It gets harder and harder and harder. I put this on here. It's kind of goofy. Bad News Baseball, because I've gotten through a whole tournament, seen the ending, and beat it. Baseball game. Nightmare on Elm Street. Played the heck out of this game. Finally beat it. I beat it on a Facebook live stream. I know some of the guys that will be watching this video, because they watch all my videos from work, they've seen that. That was a pretty cool video. I really wish I could get it over to my YouTube, but I can't. I highly doubt it. I'd have to like record that video. Bionic Commando, which I should have put with Commando, because really it's the second one. So Bionic Commando is one of my favorite games. I'm going to be recording this very soon. Matter of fact, I tried the other night, but for some reason this one level killed me. I'm just rusty. Couldn't believe I died. Wow. Wasn't too happy. Jackal, one of my favorite games. This game's freaking sweet too. I don't know if I did play through that either. There's a lot of these I gotta go check, because if I haven't played Jackal yet, I need to get on it. This game I just recently bought this year and I played through it. It's really, really good. Journey to Silius. That is a sweet game. And I bought it from GameWorks for $4. No, I wish I did. I bought it off a guy off Craigslist, I think. GameWorks is a place around us, around where I live. Silver Surfer. I just recently beat that. I ordered it because everybody said it was so hard, and I didn't think it was that hard at all. I'm really good at shooters, though. Blades of Steel. Once again, I went through the tournament, won the championship. I would say that counts as beating it. This one has one of the goofiest last bosses. Narc. I just beat this within the year, too. It's a head on... It's like a spider with a big-ass head on it. It's like super goofy. And I forgot you gotta do something to kill it. You can't shoot it. I think you gotta like throw bombs or lay bombs on it or something. It's really goofy. Tecmo Basketball. I went through a full 82 game season and playoffs on this as the Bulls. It's my favorite team. And destroyed it. I went undefeated. It's very easy. Rampage. I ran through this. And I did Got Quarters on it. Was it Got Quarters, or was it just How Many Times Do I Die video? I don't know. I kept track of how many times I died. I might have did it on the arcade machine, but I've definitely beaten that. Jaws. This game is actually very short, but it's very, very cool. I like it a lot. I know it's simple, but that's how NES was, man. It's kind of simple. Here's the challenge, you gotta beat it. This game's really cool. I gotta play through it again at some point. Dream Master. Your guy looks kind of like, you tell it's Mega Man graphics, but it's kind of an adventure game where you fly on all kinds of animals and you feed them candy and stuff like that, and it makes you pretty much turn into them or fly on them. This game was kind of tough, but it was badass. It was one of those when you beat it, you're like, yes, dude. American Gladiators. If you guys don't think that this is hard, or if you've never tried it, it's actually not bad, and you should play through it. I thought it was actually pretty good, so I played through it, and getting through the final stage. Oh my god, because you got platforming and everything. It's freaking hard. Just recently beat this because NES Addict was playing it, so I ordered it for super cheap and beat it. It was Kung Fu. That's a game I'd like to really get down on and see how many times I could go through the levels and get a high score. I wish they'd come out with that on the Switch, on the arcade, the archives or whatever they're doing. That'd be a cool game to have on there, because to see who the high scores. Dick Tracy. This is one of my favorite games in the NES library, and I don't care what AVGN or anybody says. And Rated M, if you watch this, I know you didn't like this either, but I thought this game was awesome. I am gonna do a video on this where I record. A video is gonna be one per case. I think there's 5 cases, and I'm gonna have 5 videos of running through Dick Tracy. Running through Dick. Chippendale Rescue Rangers. This is a pretty easy game. It's a really fun game. It's actually a really good 2-player game. I have not beaten the second one because it's like $2,000 now. No, probably not that much, but it's a lot. It's like $800 or $900 or something. It's really stupid. Just recently beat this thanks to James and Mike. I had beaten it when I was little with my brother, but this I solely beat it. Was Rygar. This is a really good game, man. I was thinking about, depending on how long it is, running through it. in a video. This game is a lot like Contra, and I really, really like it. And if you have not beat it, Michael B did a video on it, and it's a game that definitely doesn't get talked about. And it has an arcade version on the arcade machine that I have to run through. Heavy Barrel. Heavy Barrel is freaking badass, man. It's a really, really good game. The Heavy Barrel, you unlock this gun. It's this giant-ass gun, and if you have it, you just destroy everything. And it's freaking awesome. And it goes, what does it say? Heavy Barrel when you get it or something like that, and I crack up every time. So this, I don't know how to say it. Everybody screws up on it. Astinaxi Maxi Caxi. Okay, so I've beaten this. This is one of those games when I sat down and I tried to beat it for the first time. I did. It's actually not that hard, and it's actually really good. It's a really good game. Underrated for sure. I think Jay just had it on his cheapest to buy on eBay that are worth buying, and that's really good. That was a really good list, by the way. If you guys haven't watched that, go look up NES Addict and look up the video where he's talking about games you can buy on eBay for cheap that are actually good or something along those lines. That's a really good video because it's really true. I actually ordered 2 games off there because he made that video. The Punisher, my favorite comic book character. And this game I think is freaking sweet. I like it a lot. It gets talked shit about a lot, but I like it a lot. Now I'm going to get into the games that I have multiples of, that I've beaten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 blah. So the first 2, Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I've beaten both of these. I got on a little Ghostbusters thing when the new movie was coming out, and so I watched all the 2 movies, some of the cartoon, and I played through both the games, and I played through the Genesis game, the Xbox game, and basically I like them all. I think this one's not that bad. I like the challenge at the end, and I have a recording of it that's extremely low quality, but it's one of the first videos I did. If you haven't watched it, go watch me play this. It's actually really good. I like it, and I beat it legitimately. You don't have to freaking glitch on the stairs. You just gotta buy something. It's not that hard. These 3. Mario 1, 2, and 3. I've beaten them all, and they're some of my favorite games. I beat them all pretty much when I was little. I didn't beat Mario 2 when I was little because for some reason we didn't own it. I can't believe that, because my dad would buy us Mario everything. But we didn't have Mario 2, which is that's. I almost want to say he bought it for us, and our dumbasses lost it or something, or let somebody borrow it. Notable mention on this too, I got the triple cart, track and field. I've beaten that. I ran through the whole tournament. You got to face that cheetah at the end. It's a guy named Cheetah. It's not an actual cheetah. Like the guy from Cheetah Men comes out and you got to race him. So these 2. Contra 1 and 2, I have these easily recorded. I'm actually going to do a video on this very soon. I'm going to do an upside down controller run, like Pat the NES Punk was trying to do during his marathon. And believe it or not, I did it already, but I'm going to try to get it on recording. So, pretty hard. Definitely makes your mind work, that's for sure. So if you're going to try to play it when you're tired or something, you're screwed. So here's one expensive game I have. I've beaten DuckTales 1 and 2. This game's actually really good too. It doesn't ever get talked about because of this, how great this is. This is right there with it, I think. I mean, this might be a little bit better, maybe. This is really, really good. So if you think this is great, you've got to play this, if you can get your hands on it. They got the Disney Afternoon thing on PS4 now. I insist you should do that. Pretty cheap, and you get to play all those freaking expensive games. I might end up buckling and doing that because I really want to play the second Chippendales Rescue Rangers, because that game is dope. Okay, I've not beaten the first one of this, and I need to start working on it, but I always jump to another game and can never stay focused. Ninja Turtles 2 and 3 I've beaten. Ninja Turtles 1, I've gotten very far. I got to the Technodrome all the way at the end, and didn't have the scrolls, because I didn't know. So, got my ass kicked in there. So if I kept playing it right now, to be honest, I'd probably already have it beaten. I just got to play it. I get into other games, and I don't stay focused on something. So I'm jumping around from game to game. I might have ordered something or something like that. Now this game, there's a legitimately hard one that I got to work on, and it's tough. This is why it's not on there. I've beaten Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2. I have not beaten 3 yet. And Jay sticking it up in the air and showing that he beat it made me go, I really just want to beat that game really quick and then make the list. But I want to get the list out to continue tagging. So, you win there, Jay. Alright, I've beaten these 3. I did them all in Kansas City. I like them all a lot. Double Dragon 1, 2, and 3. I don't have Double Dragon Battletoads. I don't have it, so I need to get it. I have it on Super Nintendo, and I've never really tried to beat it. So I'd rather play it on NES, though, but it's like, man, what is that, a $100-something game now? I could probably get it, I just don't. So yeah, this one, number 2, if you're going to play this, just put it on Supreme Master, because that's, to me, you really beat it. If you didn't beat it on Supreme Master, you didn't really beat it, because there's another boss. He's easy. If you just put it on, you'll whoop his ass, and then you'll beat the game for sure. So, James, because I know AVGM watches all my videos, you beat the Shadow Man, but you got to beat it for real, man. So, this one, I should have them all beaten, but I don't, because I just haven't taken the time. Not because it's hard. Castlevania 1 and 3 I've beaten. Have not beaten Simon's Quest, because I just need to spend time doing it. It's one of those games I feel like I got to really get into, because I'm not going to look up how to beat it. I'm going to try to figure it out. Granted, I've seen videos on what to do on certain parts and this and that, but I'm going to try to beat it without using a guide. And holy crap, I definitely did this too. There's a place called Game Corner here. I bought both these games for $1. Go me, dude. I mean, if I edited my videos, I'd have an applause right now. Damn, I got those for $1. Holy shit. That's awesome. This one I'm going to try to hold them all up. But I'll just show you like this maybe. Whoop. Mega Man 1 through 6. I've beaten them all. I went on a Mega Man binge a while back, a couple years ago, and I played 1 through 10. So I beat the 7 on Super Nintendo, 8 on PS1, and 9 and 10 on Xbox. And now they've announced 11, which I can't freaking wait for. It's awesome. But they announced the video when it's coming out in fucking 2018 late. So they gotta fuck with us like that? I'd rather them have told me in like, you know, June. And I would have been like, boom, you know, December. But no, they gotta tell us a year away. And there's 4, 5, and 6. I actually like 6 a lot. It never gets talked about. But when you had the jetpack thing, you get that in the game. That's freaking awesome. And then I got these 3 that I just most recently beat. And they're kind of difficult. You have unlimited continues. The first one's kind of weird. How you get your continues. But they're hard, man. Because you have unlimited continues, but you die a million times. So it's kind of like Ghosts and Goblins. Because it gets very difficult. It's Adventure Island 1, 2, and 3. I've beaten all these. The next one I was going to go to was Super Adventure Island on Super Nintendo, which I have. But then there's freaking 2 of them, and I think the second one's like super expensive, so it pisses me off. And then the last but not least, guys, I've beaten Zelda 1 and 2. This is a really underrated game in my book. I think it's freaking awesome. And I actually went through that game without using guides. So I thought that was pretty cool. But that is my list. And I am going to tag Top Loaded Gaming. He watches a lot of my videos. I can't wait to freaking watch his videos because he looks funny as hell. Doesn't look funny as hell. He is funny as hell. So, I'm going to be watching your Ninja Gaiden video, Top Loaded. But yeah, I'm tagging you, man. I want to see what you've beaten. You seem pretty interesting. So, once again, Jay, thanks for tagging me in this. Very humble about it. That's freaking cool as hell. I love talking to you guys. YouTube's been great. I have a lot of fun with it. And that's my games. I don't know how much that is in total. Go through the video and count. But, alright, guys, that's it. I'm going to do this Contra run. I'm ready to go. Get ready for me to upload these. Later.